Hello Pisces, this is your extended reading. So I've pulled a few more cards and it's so crazy because it feels like when the cards want to talk, they just come in so fast. And the message is really clear. So the first thing in this part is that whatever lacked of water there, it feels like here it's coming in again. It feels like it's not pouring in, but it feels like it's dripping. It's starting to drip. You're starting to, like, you know, that sense when you're so thirsty that if you drink a lot of water, it's like it's not good for you. So it has to be like in small doses, right? So the first card that came out was the Three of Cups, right? So if there in the first part there were none cups cards, here it's the first one. And the funny thing is that because here on the last part of the first part, this Three of Pentacles, it felt like a different element, like something coming from a different realm, strange to you, right? Foreign to you. It feels like here you start to recognize it. You start to open yourself to this gift. You understand this element as something that you know, as something that is good for you, as something that is refilling your cup of water, right? Which is your nature. So in a sense, it feels like it's shifting. Something that it was like in the beginning felt weird or odd to you, someone offering their help without asking anything in return. Now you see what they mean. Now you see what they're offering, and it's good. It's like it is a relief, right? And okay, so the three cards that came next, they came together, but okay, so this one came first with a message of right on time, right? Because it felt like in the first part you were in this spot, in this place, right? In this X mark on the map that you found for so long, and you were kept there. You stayed there, you remained there for so long that you were drying out, right? Your life force, your essence was drying out. And then right on time, this help comes. This refilling of your water comes right on time. And okay, so if in the first part this guy appeared offering his help and it was accompanied by the Queen of Pentacles, so I should say like two counterparts that were from the same suit, from the same element, they recognize each other, they were they thrived in the same element. That's how it's coming through. Okay, anyway, so they knew each other's environments very well. And here, oops, it feels like, okay, so first of all, here it feels, okay, so the first message that came was you were too analytical for some time, right? But then you meet someone that thinks in the same wavelength as you, like, okay, so wavelength is something that's really, really funny because I was just at the beach, right? And well, the waves crashing on the sand, like, and just this flow, right? This water that you were missing. But it's not, it feels like when this one comes along, it feels like they're matching your wavelength, your your vibration, your thoughts. Like they are so up high, they are just so elevated, but this one is meeting you there, like right on time. Right on time, they come in with the thing that you were searching for, that you didn't even know that you were searching for that. You know, when you were looking for this X mark on the map, knowing that there would be, or expecting that there could be a treasure that you would find, it feels like, first of all, you didn't know that you were losing your essence. You didn't know that you were draining, that your water was like just flowing and coming out of you and you were drying up. But it feels like when this one comes along, it meets you in the same place as you are. So the sense of lack is gone, right? Because they meet you exactly where you can see them, where you can, like, it. Okay, so the thing that I'm seeing is that, like, exchange of thoughts, like, without words. You know, like when you understand someone without needing words. So even though this one may appear first as someone who's completely different from you, and you don't really understand why they're there helping you, like offering water, but it's just because they see you, even though you don't see them in the beginning. You don't recognize it because you're lacking water. So you need some emotion to refuel your essence, right? And they're bringing it to you, but they're bringing it in a way that they're matching your vibration. They're matching your wavelength, whatever that means. And so, okay, so the next three cards came also together, and they're talking about this this same vibration, but it feels like, okay, so maybe there was something out of balance, either in you or in them, but it feels like more in you, because the sense that I got from the sun in the beginning of this whole reading was that you were drying out, right? You were lacking this water that is you. You are this water. And here, it feels like it's becoming evident. It's becoming more, you are understanding that the longer you were in that desert, in that spot, not moving, staying there, waiting for whatever treasure you thought was there to come and show themselves to you, that you were losing your essence. So here, okay, we have Ace of Swords, the Six of Pentacles, and the Three of Swords. And so this, it feels like this is the conversation that you two were having, right? Like, when you finally understand that they are talking, they're in the same vibration as you, it feels like there's a conversation. And it is really equal. It is really talking about the same things, like understanding each other, because it feels like you were so straightforward, that you were just so mind oriented, like you were thinking only in your head, like you were not paying attention, or you were not giving voice to your emotions, it feels like, because you just, it feels like you had a mission, you know, you were going for it, so it didn't matter anything else, right? And this one, so this one feels more like the energy of the king, right? And this one, the queen, which is you. And you know, you both came as the queen and the king of swords, right? So you're having this dialogue in the same language. You understand each other, and you understand the thought process of each other. It feels like you're not saying much, but you're understanding much more, like in the in between lines, you know what I mean? So you were really, really focused, and they were really heartbroken, but not admitting to it. It's how it's coming through. So they might have shut down their emotions consciously, and you were just so immersed, which is really funny because immersed just um, leads me to thinking of water, but you were so immersed in this desert under the sun that your water storage just went away. It ended without you even realizing, because you were just giving yourself too much to your mind process and not to your emotional process. And in a different way, this one, it feels like they shut down their emotions on purpose, like they chose it because it hurt, because it was too much, it was too painful, right? The Three of Swords. But now, meeting each other, it feels like you can talk openly, you can be vulnerable, you can talk in the same way that, like, there's no fear. There's no fear to say exactly what you're thinking. And okay, so the word that's coming is there's no filter. There's no filter. Even though you're not saying much, it feels like you're just understanding yourselves, like, and each other way better. It feels like they're such a beautiful mirror. Like, you both are mirrors to each other. You see, like, how this is reflecting, even though, like, it feels like you didn't even know you were in this space until this one came along, because it feels like they were collecting these pains, this hurt, for longer than you. So even though you might have stayed under the sun, draining out, drying out for long, it feels like they have too. They have walked like this really sunny place, but it feels not like a sunny place, not in a happy place. A sunny place where they got sunburn and it hurt. But now you're exchanging this equally, you know? And it doesn't feel weighted, or it doesn't feel heavy. It feels like liberating. And it's so beautiful because they're coming in to feel like to refill your cup of water, right? With the Temperance. It feels like it feels like they've been waiting for you to. Like, as much as you came to this place knowing that there would be a treasure, it feels like they came too because they were expecting you. So they already had that water, like, to offer you as soon as you got there. And it was like right on time, right? So this is so beautiful. It's yeah, the sense I have is like it's liberating. Okay, so to see if there is more guidance, as I told before, these are the astrological runes, as I call them, that I made from air dry clay. And yeah, let's see if they have something else to add to this. Okay, so the rune that came out was the the ascendant. And it's funny because yesterday the rune that came out was the midheaven, right? And here, like, there are like signs and planets and everything, right? But also these points. And well, if you have ever seen a birth chart, there are 4 really important points, right? And the ascendant being one of them, and midheaven being a really important one too. And yesterday, the Aquarius reading, the one that came out, was the midheaven. And for the ascendant to come today is really, like, it's powerful because, well, the ascendant starts the first house, right? And it's the house that talks about our personality, like the way we show up in the world, the way that it's almost like this first impression that others have from us. And it's funny because the first impression that you had from this one coming along was like somebody that is strange, unfamiliar, like a foreigner, like someone that you don't recognize. And then it shifts, right? Because what they give to you, it's just something that at first is really odd, but then you understand what this gift is, and it's it it soothes you. It's refilling you. It's like it's reminding you of your real essence, right? So this is so beautiful. It feels like you're starting, because this one comes along, you're remembering your true essence, and you're remembering like how it shows on the outside, like how people really see you and how they are instantly recognizing who you are, even though you might have forgotten that for a while because you have dried up. So I think this is the guidance here is remember who you are, and whoever comes on your path, they're this mirror to remind you to. Okay, so this is your message, Pisces. I hope it helps you some way to recognize this beautiful watery sign that you are. Yeah, and let's see if there's something else that wants to come. No, I think that's it. I feel like you're just, after this really dry period, you're like finally going into a really wonderful bath. And maybe that's something that I have to do because I'm still in my bikinis, right? I came straight from the beach. So thank you so much for being here with me, and I'll see you soon. Bye.